time has come for us to enjoy our final match of the evening. We've had some great times over on the Eastern Conference, but now we have our final matchup in the Western Conference for today's B-Stream action here at College Carball. I am Vaudable, who's been doing the play-by-play, and who has joined me for this 3 or maybe even 4-hour journey at this point has been Meet and Greek, and we have a pretty amazing matchup to be the finale of tonight's matches. And why don't you tell us a little bit about CPSLO B, because I heard you talked to 43 before we got underway with the stream.
Yeah, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo B team. That's always a tongue twister. The Mustangs. I reached out to them. I reached out to 43 and I asked him how he was feeling about the series, and he said we are feeling pretty confident about the series. We have been struggling to find a good rotation that lets us win, but over the last week or so, we got Munku up to the top 100 and have been getting some good games in, and we are feeling good. So that is the kind of action, that kind of gusto that I really like seeing. They're ready to go and get this one.
It's going to be a great matchup because both these teams are still a little bit unproven in the season. The Utah Utes Red team that we have seen a few times on this. Well, actually, no, we haven't seen them at all on stream. Yeah. None of their matches have been streamed so far. So this will be the debut of this roster. And I don't even know if we'll see them next week either. So currently with the schedule, this might be the first and only time we see the Utah Utes Red. They've lost all 4 of their matches so far, but they did play LSU, both the teams, UNT, and Arizona. So they have a lot of matches that they can. It's just upwards from there for them.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of tough teams for now.
Yeah, those are some of the 4 toughest teams in the Western Conference. We always talk about the Eastern Conference, how close it is. In the Western Conference, you have those teams at the top there that are just scary to go up against, because Arizona with fire, you have LSU with T Bates. Goodness, like, these are not easy games, and if you get swept by them, you still come out of those sweeps thinking, goodness, that could have gotten a lot worse.
Yeah, and speaking of sweeps, there hasn't been a single one happen against CPSLO B because they faced UCSB. That was a 3-1 win for them. They faced off against University of Oregon, 3-2. It was fairly close in that matchup. And then against LSU as well, they only lost by a game there too. So they've had 2 out of 3 of their matches go to Game 5 situations. And against LSU, the best team that we've seen at least in the Western Conference, 9-0 currently, they did quite well against them. So I feel like CPSLO B, the B team, have a pretty good chance against this Utah Utes Red roster.
No, absolutely. Again, they're sitting at a 2-1. They are, I mean, it's so tough to tell because they're only 2-1, and their season is just starting. So like you think because we're in week 2 that all these teams, they've all played like so many games already. It'll be so easy to seed them and figure out where everyone kind of stands, but nope, it is very difficult.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But the good thing about it is once all these teams play their respected 15 games and the playoffs come, it's going to be very easy to see who stands where in terms of the rankings. And there's some teams in the Western Conference who we, of course, expect to be at the top, but anything can happen in this next week.
That's the great thing about the CRL specifically. Now that they have just 2 conferences, Western and Eastern, don't have to worry about North and South, and 16 teams per conference, 8 of those per conference making it to their own respective regional playoffs. That's going to be a fun time as well. And then the top 2 from each of those facing off in Arlington. For those who are sleeping under a rock, where can they go to get those tickets and go to the actual land? Because I've heard it is a great time.
Vod, I did not forget the link. This time it's rlesports.gg/CRL. Remember, folks, early bird pricing of $10 is available until October 31st, Halloween. And then after that, tickets will go up to $15. Tickets at the door, though, will be $20. So be sure to order them before you go to the venue to get your best bargain there. So you can enjoy some of the sweet esports arena food, and you can enjoy that. That was my favorite part of RLCS, by the way. Just be able to eat with some friends
the
and enjoy
food
some
is
Rocket
great.
League.
The beverages that they have there are pretty great too, and enjoying Rocket League with your friends. Even like seeing all the people from CCA, from the CRL, and all the collegiate like leagues or whatever else has been going on for these teams. It's just great to see all those teams in one spot. I wish I could go, but unfortunately I can't make it out this year. But maybe next time I'll try to make my way down to Texas, because it's always a great time at these lands, and especially the college crowd. They know exactly how to bring the hype.
After being at a DreamHack and RLCS, I just want to go to more Rocket League. Fortunately, I won't be making it this season down there because, you know, like sometimes it's just tough to get out there. But of course, one day I will find myself at a CRL national championship.
So
it'll be fun to watch.
You don't want to be like us, and you want to have a great
Don't be like us.
Going to that, definitely check out the tickets, rlesports.gg/CRL. It's going to be a great time all around. Even though there's only 4 teams and it's a one-day event, it's still as hype as can be. And the casters, Corelli, Achieves, and Jorby, they do great work with that as well.
Yes, they do, but we're getting our players in. We're just almost there, folks. We're just perfecting everything for this matchup. We apologize for any way that
we're dressing the lobby as much as we can, mowing the lawn.
I think we haven't done this tonight, Nick, and I think it'd be a great time to start it is prediction time because it's so difficult. It's so difficult, and I want to make this at least a little bit fun.
Oh gosh,
because I'm pretty good at predictions. I've been told, and from my past experience. So. I actually want to hear from you first.
Predictions, gosh. So originally I thought it was going to be Utah Black playing. So that considered, I thought it would be CPSLO B. But from what we've seen out of both these rosters in the past, I feel like CPSLO B have the most potential out of these two teams, especially with who they have faced and being able to go 2-3 against LSU, the top team that we have seen so far, standings-wise at least, in the Western Conference. So I feel like I have to go with CPSLO B against Utah Utes Red, even though that is the main team for the Utah Utes. They still have a long road ahead of them because they've only won a single game out of 13 possible games.
Yeah, 1-12 game differential doesn't really sell it for me either, Vod. To go ahead and give the win here to Cal Poly. However, Cal Poly slow. Let me reiterate that. Touchy subject. But I think it's going to be a 3-0 sweep. That's my guess.
Ooh, that'll be interesting to see. But we do have to take a little bit of a break. We're waiting to get some of these teams in here. Maybe they are having some cold feet at this point. We need to get this matchup underway because that is going to be the first streamed matchup for Utah Utes Red. So hopefully we can get everyone sorted and into the lobby. We'll be back after a quick break, so don't go anywhere. This is College Carball bringing you the CRL B stream action. we have returned with some more college carball action here for the CRL B stream. Currently waiting on Utah Red to join the lobby and face off against CPSLO B. Hopefully, 43 has not scared off his opponents, but we'll have to see if they actually show up to their match so that we can get underway with our final series of the evening. First time we will see Utah Red on screen. Otherwise, we'll have to figure out exactly what's going to go on with this situation, but doesn't really matter too much. It seems like we are finally getting players in the lobby, though, so we talked about our predictions. We both pretty much unanimously thought it would be CPSLO B. Want to hear what your thoughts are in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to take the victory here, if it is going to be CPSLO B or if it's going to be Utah Red. Hard to tell, but we do have to get into that matchup once we get all the teams in the lobby.
Yeah, we got to get in this matchup. It looks like our team is about to load up. I'm seeing numbers joining the field now, in 43, before we took our quick break, said they're scared to join up and play against this Cal Poly Slow B squad. So we're going to have to see what happens here, but it looks like we're finally getting loaded onto the map. Let's put a fresh 5 minutes organic on the clock here. Vod, I'm going to hand it off to you. We're going to get this best of 5 going. Our last one of the evening, our only Western Conference matchup. Let's see how it goes.
Ooh, I love me some organic 5 minutes of time on the clock. Both these teams, how they can perform, and you know, organic is probably what we're going to see a lot out of the CPSLO team. Organic offense and defense, kind of what you expect from California, but we need a lot more out of Utah Utes Red if they want to take the victory here. There's been some good offense so far for the orange side of CPSLO B against Utah Red in blue. Wicked Potatoes, Sunny, and Owen against Munku, Simi, and 43. It's 43 speaking his name, and he shall appear on offense. Owen is going to take that right past Simi, but not past 43. Likes of which are able to actually put them in a very awkward position, dropping that in front of the net. No, that's a terrible spot to be, and the mishapsters are going to go, and a domino effect to lead to the first goal.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, he can't toss the ball right there, and then he hits out of the way. That's like a double whammy right there. Oof.
Not the way you want to start this series, but they will be able to get back into the swing of things. But they are facing even more pressure on offense from CPSLO B. As there's a touch right off that backboard. Wicked Potatoes, the follow-up. But Simi able to get past 2 defenders, past the third. There's the setup. Munku comes in, but a good block by Owen to prevent the 2 goal difference from happening. Now there might be a chance for Utah Red to strike. They just need to get things going on offense.
Yeah, a chance here for Utah, but it looks like CPSLO is going to be able to take the ball away. No, it still stays on the orange. Half can Sunny get that one across? Unable to, as 43, the brick wall, stopping that play in its tracks.
It's been great to see how efficient CPSLO B have been on the defensive end, let alone on offense. They've been able to send this back time and time again and prevent very much possession happening in their half in the favor of Utah Red. So now they're going to push the issue on offense and see what they can do to try and extend their lead. There's a great way to try and succeed in that effort, but still not enough for 43 to have a solo effort pay off on offense. Owen, he's going to take this the distance, wait for 43 on that back wall. Took his time, and that was all he needed. A great pinch off the sidewall. Can't force it enough past that defensive line of Utah Red. Now it's popped up right in front of the net. Wicked Potatoes actually going to take his time. Almost disrupted by Munku. Gets sent back towards the midfield. Wicked Potatoes pass one all the way to Owen. Munku in position for the potential setup as no one's there, but Simi can get it. No one!
Oh,
43, wow!
No way. 43 trying to steal the goal away. Ends up hitting that ball away. And if you're CPSLO now, you've got to hope that doesn't come to bite you back later in this game.
You can tell that this CPSLO B team is so confident that even though they had a sure goal to get a 2-goal advantage in this first game, they didn't really care too much. They're just going to let whoever can get it secure the goal. This time, Simi set up by 43, able to get the follow-through and the perfect execution by CPSLO B.
Yeah, and on the defensive side of things, just looking pretty rough here for the Utes, unfortunately. Looks like game one is starting to get a little bit out of hand. There's still under 2 minutes left in here for them to try and change things up quite a bit, but they're going to have to start now because we haven't really seen much offense come out from this Utah squad.
Now might be a chance for Utah. Stay on offense if they can get this away from Munku. Not really the greatest of challenges there from Owen. He'll have to back up on this advance we're seeing from the side of CPSLO B. Munku sends it up to Sunny. Was potential, but 43 actually gonna neutral out that challenge, and Simi baiting out the attacker, waiting for 43 to disrupt that, but no, Owen coming in for the savior.
Yeah, this coming in last second, and you can tell the CPSLO offense just destroying that defense, just completely taking them out of the play, but luckily able to get the save on that one, keep it a 2-goal game. However, under a minute left here, Vod, nothing really looking too substantial coming out from Utah. Let's see if they can get something going, but it's again CPSLO on the offense.
Now comes Owen. He's going to wait for this one to go off that backboard. Sunny with a pop-up. Less than a minute remain for them to get 2 goals in their favor to tie things up. Simi to take that right towards the net. Owen is patiently waiting in time. A great touch by him, and it passed away potatoes, but barely off the mark, and that should have been in. Sunny with another chance. Now it's going to go by the wayside, and that might have been their only shot at bringing things back.
Sunny with another chance, but not of goals, unfortunately. And again, we've seen that all night long, Vod. Opportunities wasted, free nets open, but nobody taking the chances.
Not as consistent as they would like on offense. Struggling to secure the goals they need to even tie things up or even get a single goal in that game. As Cal Poly B got 2 goals for the win, but could have had 3 if it weren't for 43. Yeah. With that a little bit of a greedy challenge on the play earlier on, but they still proved that they had what it took to get the win in game 1 and are looking confident going into the next one, especially with both Munku and Simi having 5 shots to their name.
Yeah, when you're looking at the scoreboard, 11 shots to 2, Cal Poly just completely dominated on the offense. They gave Utah Red absolutely no slack at all, and that was really the big key here. Even though it was only a 2-goal difference, they were just able to dominate the tempo the entire game and just give no control. Even when it looked like Utah Red was starting to create an offense, it was almost like it was going right back into the hands of CPSLO, and they were just shepherding them exactly where they wanted to on the field. If you're Utah Red, you got to take a look at what's happening in this game. Of course, we always try to say play a little faster, make sure your rotations are on point. But when you're playing against a CPSLO team like this, things get really difficult and it can get really out of hand really fast.
Yeah, so many things just did not go in the favor of Utah Red. So hopefully this next game they'll be able to reset their mindset, get things going early. And that's really been the struggle for every team that has faced a loss tonight specifically. All the teams, they just haven't been able to get things going in the first half of play, and it just spirals downwards from there. So hopefully Utah Red, if they can get that first goal, they'll be able to go forward and at least tie things up in the series and go from there. But they still have a long road ahead of them to try and get that win against CPSLO B. It's going to be a long best of 5 for them. It's going to be tough regardless of what they use on offense, on defense. They looked solid all around. It's just CPSLO B looked even stronger.
No, 100% agree with that. As we're getting ready now to start game 2, if you're Utah, you have to bring out the aggression because they seem so lax in game 1, and they were playing reactionary Rocket League. They weren't creating plays themselves. They were just completely at the will of CPSLO, and the Mustangs here already starting out hot.
No.
Simi throws another shot. The kickoff goal. Oh goodness.
That was a great touch by 43. He actually body blocked Wicked Potatoes there, so he couldn't even get a touch on the ball at all. open up the space for Simi to rotate in, get the shot through. Very unfortunate way to start off game 2, especially after the way the last one went. And there's another shot that could have been
Are you kidding
a
me?
great one to go through.
Yeah, and you saw that. They were doing the fake kickoff there to lead into that shot on net. These guys are not joking around. They want to take the lead early, 43, no way. So cheeky, but couldn't find it.
Yeah, that would have been beautiful for 43, but you could tell Utah Red are feeling the pressure, and CB and 43 are just having the time of their lives on offense. No doubt in their mind that they are going to be able to rotate back in time, even after committing the way they did. They were basically like a duo skating pair, just going back to back and making sure that they could both work in unison to try and put that shot on.
Yeah, and under only a minute into this game, there's already 4 shots on net from Cal Poly Slow, and let's see if they can rack on more to that total.
Simi, he's going to drop this one down at 443. Very dangerous position to be in, but they knew no one was challenging from Utah Red. There's a good shot, but a great save from Simi to deflect that to the side. Wicked Potatoes, he's going for another pass. Good setup. There's Owen, but no, the save from Simi. Too strong on the goal line for them to get through, but this is some great pressure being put on by Utah Red. There might be some more, and Simi, 3 times the charm. He'll put it through. 43, but not enough for that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, now you see me, now you don't. As Simi's just all around the field doing so much, but especially, look at this, another clear way downtown, a shot opportunity, doing so much to generate some great offense.
It's just opening up the field for this team, and both players again just trying to throw off this defensive line. But Utah Red are starting to catch on to the game plan of CPSLO B. They've been going all out on offense, making sure that they have as much boost as possible to work with defensively and getting those long booming clears, try and transition quickly to the opposite end. So worked out great so far. They still only have a 1-goal lead as we approach the halfway point, and it was almost tied up. There's the final dagger by Sonny to tie the game.
Can't block every single one of them, and with your TP slow, and we've seen this already twice this game, the ball bouncing in front of the net. Simi's not going to be there every single time. One of these days it's going to find its way in, and Sonny is able to make purchase there. So he walks up to that free cash register right there, just does what he wants. But now we have a tied game, a little bit above half the game left here, Vod. I want to see here if CPSLO can bring this back, or maybe this could be the start of something awesome for the Utes. I want to see some more offense from them.
Beautiful to see so far from this team. Owen over to Sonny. Maybe they have a chance to try and take the lead here in game 2. Wicked Potatoes had to halt his advance. A double commit on the defensive end. Not going to bite them quite yet, but there's the demo. Now they have a perfect opportunity, but it is going to be denied by Munku. Simi could not send it off to 43 fast enough. So Sonny, more confidence coming out. Over to Wicked Potatoes to Owen, but could not get the connection. That would have been beautiful for them to try and get the second goal to their advantage and have the lead for the first time in the series. They are still throwing everything they can at the defense of CPSLO B. It still has not been enough so far. It gets popped up to the air and might be another chance for CPSLO B to try and get on offense.
Yeah, but I'm really liking the offensive opportunities. Oh, off of Owen. Munku finds his way in. That's so unfortunate.
Beautiful touch by him, but as you mentioned, barred down and into Owen's path of destruction and disaster on defense. That will lead to the advantage for CPSLO as they are looking to take a sweep in this series. They would only need one more game after this one. Things continue this way. We are seeing a lot more out of Utah Red, and as I say that, 43 desperately trying to get a stronger lead against this team because they know how fickle a 1-goal game is, and now it is a 2-goal game.
Things starting to get a little bit out of hand here. My apologies for the Utes as CPSLO are doing everything they can to just extend this lead, and what for a moment looked like Utah coming back and applying so much pressure, but almost instantly it just completely turned around.
Owen Saw that Simi was going for a cheeky play, but not going to be enough to break by. Sunny over to Owen again. Wicked Potatoes now has had a chance, but he saw Munku coming from a mile away, decided to back off, and deservedly so. He needs to get back towards that defensive line, especially with the way things are going, but that pop-up towards the orange side, not going to work out in the favor of Cal Poly OB. Owen off that back wall. Now's the follow-up from Sunny. They need one more shot.
That's
going to be it for Wicked Potatoes. Now within one, but under 30 seconds remain.
This is exactly what you need to do, confuse the defense. Keep whamming that ball off that backboard and get them discombobulated. It's exactly what Sunny did, giving that ball to Wicked Potatoes. They find it. Now with 30 seconds left, can they still tie this one up and force another game in this series?
See me trying to deny that ability for the Utah Utes red team to come back and tie things up. Saw some great effort being put in the first half of this game by CPSLO B, but now it's kind of fizzled out. They just need to play keep away for the last 10 seconds, but Sunny off the backboard needs to make sure his teammates get in position. A good bump. They don't have possession of the ball at all. Wicked Potatoes can't even keep it up in time. There's a good redirect, but it might work in the favor of Utah Utes Red until it hits the ground. Cal Poly SLO B able to take the win in game 2. Now only need one more for the sweep.
San Luis Obispo, so close getting the sweep. Nick, I know I keep butchering their name. I'm gonna get it one day, and one day 43 is gonna be like, oh yeah, meet and greet. Yeah, George got it. George got it. Not today. Not today. But the Mustangs here, about to get the sweep. Can they do it? Utah Red, not enough in their gas tank. Unless they fill it up before game 3 here, they can start that reverse sweep. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of mileage for them, VOD, because honestly, it looks like they're kind of just giving way for this offense coming through from CPSLO.
Yeah, it looks like they were about to run on empty, and eventually they just used the last remaining bit of their boost to go forward, using all the analogies as we can. But Utah Red, they looked solid when they were on offense. Defense kind of fell apart a little bit just because of how confident CPSLO B have been throughout the entire series. Even though there was a chance for Utah Red to come back, they never gave them an inch at all on offense or on defense. And that really shows how strong of a team CPSLO B is, because they are consistent, they're confident, and they are crushing the defense whenever they are on offense. So if they can continue with that consistency, it's going to work in their favor to get that 3-0 sweep. But Utah Red, they get started early here because they still haven't had a chance to get the first goal in this series. That might just be enough to tip the scales in their favor. And as I say that, there's another goal right off the kickoff. 6 seconds, 1 for 43.
I swear, oh my goodness, this squad here from SLO, they've been practicing their kickoffs, and we see it almost every time they're running a different play, and it's working out so well for them. They have 3 kickoff goals in this series. That's enough to turn the tables for a couple of these games now.
It's been crazy to see the way they've been able to consistently score off those kickoffs. And those goals have really been the difference maker for Cal Poly SLO B, because they've been able to take the win by 1 in that last game. And 1 might be all they need in this one too. They have that first goal, they have the confidence, and now they're going forward, especially with 43 pulling off plays like that. Not even having to use all his boost, he's just passing this off. Stevie, not much you can do there, not the greatest positioning. This might be a chance for Utah Red to capitalize, but not able to get there in time. Potatoes off that wall, trying to keep it in play in the corner. All 3 members of CPSLO, a bad spot, but again, they are just so threatening with their mere presence that we keep seeing Utah Red. They should be challenging them to the ball every time that they are in these very awkward positions on defense, and they still aren't doing anything about it.
Yeah, and at the same time for CPSLO, they're somehow getting these clears on balls they shouldn't even be able to get a hit on.
It's been insane, to say the least, how CPSLO B have been able to stay in the lead this series, but they're going to keep doing it. Simi's going to send that down to Mugu. Sunny with a good pickup there and a great block. Will deflect it to the side for Wicked Potatoes, but not the touch he wanted because he didn't get a single one on the ball there. Sunny and Owen both in a bad spot. Wicked Potatoes trying to carry them away. Owen with a great touch there. A little bit off target, but will keep the ball away from the blue half of the field. Zalgamet is going to open up some space, but Owen having their backs. Now he wishes he has some boost, though, to take that forward, because that could have been an open net opportunity.
Yeah, but, you know, as Floms, the CRL Season 1 national champion, once said boost is a crutch for bad players, and that's going to be rough. Oh, it doesn't go in quite yet.
Popped up into the air, though. There was potential, but they don't want to overcommit on that play, and that was very wise by Munku to pick his battle, wait for his teammates to get into a more opportune position. And now they can have all the confidence in the world going forward. Munku off that sidewall. Very awkward bounce for Wicked Potatoes as Sunny gets demoed by 43. Ooh, a miss there. Wasn't predicted, so it's not going to bite Utah Red in the butt just yet as Sunny hits that forward off that sidewall. And again, every time this ball has been put in front of the net of CPSLO in Game 3, just been sent right back.
Yeah, the Mustangs have been doing a fantastic job on defense, getting these clears, not only just getting them clears downfield, but most of the time they're turning them into pass plays, which create offensive pressure. Like, look at that pass to Munku. Created so much space here for Simi, puts a shot towards it. No way! Are you kidding me?
So close. A great disruptive play there by Simi on to, I believe that was Owen. Wicked Potatoes, open net opportunity. There's no follow-up, though, from Utah Red. They need to get position when these opportunities are given to them, and they have not been able to capitalize at all this entire series.
And listen, they're just waiting for a ball to go into the net, essentially. They're not putting the work, and they need to get that extra oomph on these plays, or else it's just going to remain a 1-0 scoreline.
Sunny having to rely on Owen again. He's been keeping this at a 1-goal advantage for CPSLO B. There's a good clear to the back wall. Munku will get the read. Simi just waiting patiently for that to land on the top of his car and get out of the clutches of Utah Red. A good clear by Munku. Just keep putting that to the corner and in a bad spot for Utah Red, as they have not been able to get any setups off that side wall. Munku, he'll try to take the charge. 45 seconds remain as 43 puts a shot towards the net right at the time of his name, but not going to be going through to get them the 2-goal advantage they are vying for. A little over 30 seconds now. 43 with a setup over to Sunny. Still might be the 1-goal difference from that kickoff in the first 6 seconds of play that makes all it matter, as again, they are denying access to their net. They still can't get it out of their side.
Yeah, and if it does come down to that, that would be 2 games in the series decided by kickoff goals. And that's actually something we could talk about a little more, how important those set plays are at this level of play. Maybe these teams aren't so used to playing against that style as Munku. Oh my goodness, has been popping off all games. He's going to get the redirect. He's not, as Cal Poly B. They're going to be able to take this one, a clean 3-0 sweep over the Utes, and unfortunately for the Utes, they will be dropping to 0-5 with a 1-15 game differential.
What a win by CPSLO B. They had the confidence in the first game, and it just continued throughout the entire series, and it seemed like Utah Red just could not get anything going for themselves on offense. Even when they were able to bring it within 1 in Game 2, we just saw their offense kind of fizzle out because of how strong this CPSLO B team was on all aspects of the pitch: offense, defense, the transition, the setups, the intercepting the plays before they happen. It was just great to see that consistency out of this roster, and that'll be huge for CPSLO B as they go into the remainder of their matches, because they have only played 3 before this matchup. So this is their 4th matchup out of 15 that they have to play before the end of next week. So they have so many more games ahead of them, and it's only upwards from there. They're now 3-1 on the season, and I don't think they're going to stop there.
Yeah, and taking just a look back at this series, 8 goals scored in total, with 6 of those going to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And goodness, The Mustangs really had a great showing here, but very close games. Very, very close games, but really decided by those kickoff goals. If that kickoff goal, or the 2 kickoff goals in game 2, that gave them the win there, because it was a 2-3 scoreline, and then game 3, the kickoff goal to take the 1-0 there. So again, those set pieces for Cal Poly SLO, they worked extremely well.
They worked so well. They gave them the confidence and gave them the room to work with. They had the advantage early. They were able to just play their game, and it seemed like they were playing to the tune of their own drum. As Utah Red, they tried to get in sync with that so that they could maybe take advantage when the opportunities were given to them. But there was just time after time after time when they could not put the shots in. There was ample opportunity for them to secure the lead in some of these matches. It's just the issue with a lot of these teams is they have doubted themselves on offense too. So whenever they see an opportunity, there's only one person who had been sent up for it. So when you're already down by so much, you kind of have to throw everything you have at the ball. Unfortunately, Utah Red just were too cautious on offense and not willing to go the extra mile and try as hard as they could to get that tie game and eventually the win.
Yeah, but with that, I think that's going to be it for this evening, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into the B stream here for CRL. We are College Carball, and again, we had 4 fantastic matchups this evening. I want to give a big round of applause to all of our collegiate players who played tonight. We're going to have more matches tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to have Hunted and Squid bringing you the show, and they're going to do a fantastic job. Thank you very much, and have a good night.
Not past 43, likes of which are able to actually put them in a very awkward position, dropping it in front of them. No, that's a terrible spot.